Hello, guys. Have you ever felt that intense frustration when you understand everything you read, but you freeze completely when you need to order a coffee or have a quick conversation in English?
Hi to our listeners from all over the world who are working so hard to learn. Susan, that happens to me very often. I feel like my English simply disappears when I meet someone and I need to talk for real.
That happens because you trained your ears, but you did not train your mouth for the physical effort of speaking. Today, you will learn how to stop feeling frustrated and start speaking English and having real conversations by using your own home as a training ground.
I always thought I needed a partner to practice, but you're saying I can create my own fluency alone? That would be the perfect solution for my busy routine in my limited time.
Exactly. And if you want to stop just studying and start speaking in a concrete way, subscribe to the channel. This is how you maintain the necessary consistency because the brain needs weekly reminders to avoid forgetting what it has learned.
It's like going to the gym. If I don't have a guide or a plan, I end up giving up halfway. Susan, let's go straight to the point. What is the first practical technique to release my voice today?
We're going to use shadowing. Imagine you are an echo. You hear a sentence and you repeat it almost at the same time, trying to copy the rhythm and the sound of the person speaking.
Let me see if I understand. If I hear a native speaker saying, "How is your day going?" I repeat exactly, "How is your day going?" trying to imitate even their speed and their energy.
Exactly. When you repeat this quickly, you teach your face how to speak like a native person.
I noticed that when I do this, I don't need to think about grammar. I just follow the music of the sentence. It's a huge relief to not have to build the sentence in my head before opening my mouth.
That relief happens because of muscle memory. Think of it like learning to type on a computer. At first, you look for the keys, but then your fingers remember the path and you write without looking.
So by repeating "I'm tired" or "I'm hungry" many times, my mouth remembers the movement and I speak automatically, without the stress of translating.
Exactly. Tired means you have no energy and you want to sleep. Hungry means you want to eat food. Furthermore, to expand your real vocabulary, we need to talk about passive and active vocabulary.
I know those terms. Imagine that my knowledge is a big warehouse, which is a large building where you store many things, like a big deposit of words.
That is a perfect description. All the words you know but cannot speak during a conversation are stored in the back of that warehouse. You recognize them, but you can't reach them quickly.
I see. And the active vocabulary is my workbench, which is the strong table where a carpenter works with his tools. These are the words in my hand, ready for any conversation.
Precisely. Your goal is to take the tools out of the dark warehouse and put them on top of the workbench. Consequently, the best way to do this in practice is through self-talk.
Self-talk is talking to myself. I should start narrating what I'm doing right now, like a movie narrator. For example, if I'm leaving my house, what should I say?
You can say, "I'm turning left," or "The traffic is heavy." Turning means changing direction. Left is the opposite of right. Heavy means there are too many cars on the road.
I am turning left. The traffic is heavy. Susan, when I say this, I realize I'm using English to describe my reality, and this makes the words stay in my memory much longer.
Of course. Moreover, your brain understands that English is useful for your life. For example, when you're in the kitchen, you can say, "I'm chopping the onions." Chopping means cutting something into small pieces with a knife.
Chopping. I will use that one. But sometimes I feel that the sentences are too simple. Should I try to speak about complex things alone, or focus on doing the basics very well?
Focus on the basics with fluency and speed. Furthermore, speaking a sentence like, "I need to clean the house" with total confidence is much better than trying a long sentence and stopping in the middle.
Clean means making something not dirty. House is your home. Truly, if I cannot speak the basics alone, how am I going to speak the difficult things with another person? It makes perfect sense.
Precisely. Another fundamental point is consistency. For this reason, I recommend that you choose one moment of the day, like your shower time, to have a complete conversation with yourself about your day.
In the shower, I can ask, "What did I do today?" and I answer myself, "I worked a lot." It's a safe way to make mistakes without anyone judging me or laughing.
Exactly. Mistakes are part of the learning process, but many students stop practicing because they feel embarrassed of themselves. You need to be your own coach, not your own judge.
That coach mindset changes everything. I start to see a mistake as a small technical adjustment. Susan, I feel that this first part of the day already makes my mind warm for the English language.
That's the necessary warm-up. But there's one obstacle that almost everyone faces, the fear of sounding strange or having a bad accent. Because of this, I want to ask our listeners who are working so hard.
Tell us in the comments from different parts of the world, which of these techniques will you start using today? Shadowing or self-talk? We want to know how you practice at home.
Besides commenting, stay alert. There is one object you use every single day that can be your best ally to correct your pronunciation and give you the posture of someone who speaks English with authority.
I'm already curious. If it's the cell phone, I already have it in my hand. But if it's something different, I want to discover how to use it to release my voice once and for all.
We're going to talk about the strategic use of technology and how you can measure your progress in a real way. Don't go away because we're going to dive deep into this training right now.
Okay, we talked about narrating your life, but now we are going to use an object from your bathroom that takes your training to the next level, the mirror.
A mirror? Susan, I already feel a bit strange talking to myself. Now you want me to do it while looking at my own reflection in the glass?
Actually, yes, but it is not a magic trick. The mirror works because it creates a visual feedback loop, which is a way to see exactly what you are doing.
How does that work in real life? Does seeing my own reflection really help my brain believe that I'm speaking well? Or is it just my imagination?
Believe it or not, it is about desensitization. This is a real technique to help you get used to something scary until it becomes normal and you feel confidence.
Confidence is when you feel sure about yourself. So, by looking at myself, I stop feeling nervous because I get used to the image of Lucas speaking English.
Exactly. The thing is, your brain stops seeing English as a threat. Plus, the mirror helps you adjust your mouth position, which is how you move your lips and tongue.
Mouth position. That makes sense because many English sounds like the TH in thank you require me to put my tongue between my teeth. I need to see that.
Spot on. If you do not open your mouth enough, the sound is not clear. Anyway, there is another powerful tool in your pocket, the voice recorder on your phone.
I really hate hearing my own recorded voice, Susan. I feel what people call cringe, which is that physical feeling of embarrassment or discomfort when you hear yourself.
Cringe is that shiver of shame, but it goes away. Listening to your recording is the only way to get objective feedback.
Recording is the saved audio, and objective feedback is a fair evaluation. So, if I record myself and listen, I realize my voice is not as bad as I thought.
Yes, Lucas. The point is, when you listen and repeat, you are exercising your facial muscles. These are the small muscles in your face that help you speak clearly.
Facial muscles. So I'm literally going to the gym for my face, so the sounds come out with more clarity, which means being easy to understand.
Yes, clarity is your real goal. You see, having an accent is not a mistake. It's your identity. But clarity is what makes the communication work.
Accent is my origin, and clarity is being understood. Susan, these practical tips give me a much more professional and realistic view of how I can improve alone.
I'm glad to hear that. Still, remember that fluency is a process of technical repetition and patience. Don't expect perfect results in one day. Focus on your consistency.
I accept the challenge. I will use shadowing, self-talk, the mirror, and the voice recorder every day to strengthen my speech and my confidence.
That's the spirit of someone who wants real results. And for our listeners from all over the world who are working so hard to learn, we have a question.
Which of these techniques do you feel the most difficulty with today? Is it shadowing, using the mirror, or listening to your own recording?
We want to understand your struggles so we can create more practical content. Also, if you want to keep improving, click on the video appearing on your screen right now.
It's the video about how to order food in a restaurant, right? It's perfect to apply everything you learned about confidence and clarity in a real situation.
Yes, go there and practice. Remember, your English will only truly unlock when you decide that your communication is more important than your fear of making mistakes.
Thank you, Susan. I'm going to practice right now. Goodbye, everyone from all over the world. Keep focusing on your training, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye, everyone. Trust the process and believe in your voice.